Today has been an extremely trying and draining day for me. Really from last night until now, I just been in a mood. Um, I fought through it, but the mood still exists, and it just made me think, made me wonder about perseverance. Like, when does when does push through become you exhausting yourself? Is push through always necessary? Do you have to keep standing all the time? That's some of the stuff I thought about today as I pushed myself through my day. So that's what I want to talk about: perseverance. My name is Bree. Come chat with me. So, like I said at the start of the video, I've been in a mood. I'm not a heavy sleeper. I can go confidently as far as to saying I'm not a sleeper. The slightest movements and stuff like that wake me up. So I try my best to sleep good when I can. It's very rare that it happens. The job that I'm working right now requires me to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning in order to successfully get ready for work. I don't successfully fall asleep until midnight every night. It's just a thing. The only time that I ever fall asleep before midnight is when I'm like dog tired and I have pushed my body to the point where there's no staying up. So last night, as I laid and I prayed and I tossed and I turned and I prayed and I thought and I read and I just sat there and I'm just like, this is not going to be a night of sleep. So, needless to say, I didn't fall asleep until right before it was time for me to get ready to get up for work. I get up for work at 3 o'clock. I fell asleep maybe 2:30. So throughout this day, I got up. Didn't want to, but I got up, did what I had to do to get ready for work. Got to work. I'm sitting in a parking lot, so y'all gonna see random lights and stuff. Just try to ignore it. Act like you don't see it. But anyway, pushed through, made myself get ready for work. Got to work, pushed through the day. Was not easy to push through the day. I had a lot of mental, physical aspects that felt like roadblocks, but instead of letting them be roadblocks, I just used them as pebbles. Not pebbles, but speed bumps. I went on through the day, and you know how when you get to a speed bump, you slow down a little bit just to get over it. You supposed to slow down a little bit just to get over it, because some of y'all be flying over the mugs like they don't exist. But you slow down a little bit just to get over it, make it over the hump, and then you pick your speed back up. That's basically what I did throughout my day today. I would recognize the moment of needing to slow down, anticipate to slow down, actually slow down, and then gain my momentum back and keep going through my day. Usually, when I do that, it can be hard, but I still be okay. I was not okay today in doing that. And it made me just sit there and think like, am I pushing through or am I pushing myself too far? Because sometimes we as people, we get that desire or that urge, and it's just like, push through it. Just do it. Like Nike said, just do it. I hope they don't try to take my stuff down for that. But like it's like the just do it or the just keep going and stuff like that. Push, pray until something happens. Praise until something happens. Pull until something happens. Whatever you're gonna do is just until something happens. And I was like thinking to myself today, like, is that what I'm supposed to be doing right now? Because sometimes we can get that misconstrued and be like, you're supposed to do that all the time. But sometimes God is telling you, I need you to chill out for a second. You're doing too much. And today that really put into perspective for me, am I persevering or am I pushing myself too far? So as I continue to go on through my day, it started to wear on my face to the point where my patients started to ask me like multiple times, like, you all right? You okay? And I'm like, playing it off. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. And one of my second to last patient of the day was like, you're not. You're not cool. He was like, I appreciate that you're not making us feel what you feel. But don't think it can't be seen that you're struggling to get through this day. And when he said that, I was like, wow. Wow. Because me being me is like my facial expressions give me away all the time. But today I actually thought I had it. I actually thought in my pressing and in my pushing, I thought I had it under control. And obviously I didn't. So part of what I wanted to say today is in your struggles, in your hurts, in your valleys, in your moments, in your weakness, make sure if you're still going, well, you're going to keep going. And I know you're going to keep going because I'm believing it and I'm praying for you, and you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. But make sure that you're not trying to run on fumes. Because, yeah, it's good to persevere. It's great to push through. It's great to stand in the face of adversity and come out more than a conqueror. But you gotta have a backing in order to be a conqueror. David didn't beat Goliath with his bare hand. He had a backing. He had that slingshot and them stones. Killed a lion with his bare hands, but that's another story for another day. When Samson broke that building down with his strength, the building was the backing to his strength because he killed himself, but he also killed a lot of people that was against him, that made a mockery out of him. The building was his backing. Have something, have some type of strength behind your push. Don't try to push or don't try to, what's them things called? The little stretchy hand things. When you throw them and it bounce back at you. If you throw them too many times, that line gonna snap. So it ain't gonna bounce back to you because it ain't nothing there to bounce back. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Look at you, God. All right. You gotta have something there for you to bounce back. If you fall to pieces in the midst of a crisis, there was not much to you anyway. Proverbs 24:10. And all you're getting, get understanding. I don't remember that whole scripture, forgive me for that, but and all you're getting, get understanding. In getting understanding, I believe that understanding is knowing your limits and knowing when it's okay to chill out. You don't have to be strong every day. It's okay if you're not strong every day. It's okay to have one day where you fall apart a little bit. The thing about falling apart is you got to be able to put it back together. And I'll go as far as to say, once you put it back together with a stronger foundation. Because if you fell apart the first time, that means you were starting to get some cracks or some weakness in your foundation. Pull it together with a stronger foundation. You're more than a conqueror. So see yourself as a conqueror. Look toward the hills from which cometh your help. All your help comes from the Lord. They that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They will mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and they shall not faint. I think it's I faint, lest not I believe that I will live to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not to thy own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he shall direct your path. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not evil, to bring you to an expected end. Everything that I'm saying right now, all these scriptures I'm rattling off right now, is my backing. Part of my foundation. I'm rooted and grounded in my foundation. So even in my moments of weakness, it's still something there. I still got something in me to pull up that if I get a crack in my foundation, I can cement it back together. Or maybe I want a new foundation. Break up fallow ground and start fresh. Sometimes we do fall apart because our foundation is weak. We might not realize it's weak, but that's another story for another day. I should actually just tag the church sermon from that. That was not too long ago. But when your foundation is weak, especially when you don't realize your foundation is weak, it's so easy for you to fall apart. Don't get caught slacking. Stay girded up at all times. You are enough. You are beautiful. You are smart. You is kind. You is important. I got that from the help. But you gotta have some type of foundation. Whether it be scriptures, positive affirmations, whatever you want to call them. Right now I'm on this part of my journey where I'm rebuilding my foundation, and I use a lot of scriptural back up for myself because that's what I believe. I know everybody don't believe what I believe. I'm just putting out there what I believe. So if I believe in God and I believe that He's the author and the finisher of my faith, so I'm going to use His word to say or to build myself up. I am what He says that I am. And that's how I persevere. Everything that's built up inside of me, even when I don't notice it, even when I don't see it, that's what keeps me going. And sometimes you don't even realize it. How can I say this? Your strength comes from what you choose to use as your foundation. If you throw anything together, like, okay, my granddaddy used to make this thing called bologna soup. It's also another thing called garbage can soup, but he called it bologna soup. It's a lot of different vegetables, spaghetti noodles, tomato sauce, bologna is in there as well. But say you wanted to make like a garbage can soup, and that's basically you taking whatever vegetables and pasta you can find, whatever type of sauce you want to use out your cabinet, and putting it together because that's what you got. I don't know about you, but if all I got is some mm, Alfredo sauce, zucchini, and try wheat pasta, I'm not gonna be happy because that don't go together for me. For one, for me, that don't go together, and for two, I'm not gonna be fulfilled because I'm not gonna like the taste of it. I'm not prepared to make what I wanted. You need to be prepared in order to be able to push through and persevere. You can't take bits and pieces of people, bits and pieces of things, bits and pieces of materials, and just stand on that. Standing on as long as I got a husband or a wife, I'll be fine, ain't gonna work for you. Standing on as long as I got every pair of Jordans that come out, ain't gonna work for you. Standing on as long as my bank account stay loaded, it ain't gonna work for you. Because all of those things can come and go. What do you have inside of you that stands eternal? Perseverance is in the heart, it's in the mind, and it's in the soul. Some people are natural fighters. Some people have to learn to fight. I'm a natural fighter. I don't bow down easy. But I also had to learn when, what, and where to fight. I think I'm done. I feel like I'm done. I know I'm done. Um, I pray that this helps somebody. I pray that it made sense. I pray that it can be understood. Know that you're not alone in your fight and know that it's okay to fight. Just make sure you're fighting with substance and you're not windmilling in the air. Make sure you got a backing. Make sure you got a grounding. Make sure you got a foundation. And make sure your foundation ain't gonna crack or lead you through a sinkhole. That's just, it's gonna make you fail at the end of the day if it's not stable. Once again, thank y'all for listening to me. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend if it helped you any. Share with me your thoughts in the comment section. If it's anything you want to hear me ramble about, let me know. My name's Bree. Thanks for coming to chat with me.